Welcome back to another creepy and scary reaction video. If you haven't already, smash that like button and let's dive into these creepy waters. Let's go.
Divergent force and motion vectors that actually show the magnetic and dielectric field. And this is the reason why we see lines, where you see constructive and destructive interference is perfectly toroidal or donut shape. And of course the negative image of a donut shape is, of course, a hyperboloid or an hourglass shape. So if you actually take the negative image of this, you will see the dielectric. Now this is a really weak magnet. I'll show you a really powerful magnet here in a second. And I'll show you how much more sensitive this structure, this new super sensitive supercell is. Let's zoom in and do that, huh? Doesn't matter whether I place it on the top or the bottom. The magnetic field penetrates through absolutely everything.
Kind of looks like an eyeball, doesn't it? How creepy is that?
Absolutely everything. But let's place it underneath the supercell here. Here you go. Focus. There we go. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Here. Of course, the way the contrast. You can actually see rings along the... looks like an owl's face, doesn't it? This is the secret of Mother Nature here. This is the actual constructive and destructive interference. Here's one pole, here's another pole. But a magnet doesn't actually have poles. What it has is the inverse of counter space, which is specifically force and motion. See centrifugal divergent magnetic field, which of course is not literally being emitted from the magnet. It's literally the ether itself under polarized deformation from the field of the point source singularity that is what defines the magnet. Because a magnet is not defined by what is quantitative, rather by what is qualitative. And I've explained this 1,000 times, and also too, including my book. I'll show you one pole of the magnet here. Let's zoom in. Sorry about that shaky video, but if I zoom in here, you can actually see little concentric circles in the middle. Now you notice how small the black spot is? Of course, where it's black is a dielectric. This is constructive and destructive interference between the magnetic and the dielectric. This is literally the lotus blossom. It kind of looks like a lotus blossom, doesn't it? But specifically, from up above, it looks like a dream catcher. It's a hypertoroidal pattern of constructive and destructive interference. So literally the interplay between magnetic and dielectric, because magnetism is the dielectric field. Let me give you the perfect analogy, and this is destructive to the supercell. Use this really powerful N60 Gauss magnet. People don't understand that actually a more powerful magnet actually has a smaller spatial magnetic field. The reason being, and the only kind of good analogy I could come up with, centrifugal divergent force.
There's so many different cool patterns at first. I saw an eye, then an owl. Let me know your guys' thoughts below on that one.
Nikola Tesla said that there's 3 things required to unlock the secrets of the universe: energy, frequency, and vibration. And all around us, even when we can't see it, the world is vibrating. And there's many frequencies all around us, and many frequencies of light that we can't see, and there's many frequencies of sound that we cannot see, but we can visualize it. And even with water, we can play music or any other sounds, and we can see these cymatic patterns, these frequencies, as they're played through the water. And how does that relate to the history? Well, if this is possible, then is it not possible that we could use this technology for other things? And maybe there's some secret that we just don't know.
Well, rain sound, when that dropped, that always makes me feel a lot better, you know. So I wonder what actually is the healing frequencies.
I think I just cracked the code to the secret of emotions and belief. What if raising your vibration was just raising your belief? What if there was no difference between what you believe and what your vibrational frequency is? Because your emotions are directly correlated to what it is that you believe. Because imagine that you had sadness or anger or frustration come up in your thoughts. Does that immediately cause you to be in that emotional state? If you're really paying attention, it does not. It doesn't. How? Because it's not until we latch on to it till we latch onto that thought of anger. Yeah, I should be angry because this person cut me off on the road. I should feel sad because of all these things that are happening in my life. So it's not until we believe that thought that we begin to suffer. So then the key is to change the context in which you believe that these certain situations in your life have this meaning. Maybe they don't have the meaning of the negativity. Start to contemplate the gift, the love in the situation or the opportunity and see what happens.
About 30 years ago, Japanese researcher Masaru Emoto discovered the world of Hado. He treated more than 10,000 clients with a Hado measuring device and water, and he helped heal many people who had different kinds of problems mentally and physically. He knew that water could memorize information, so he devised water crystal photography to prove his theory, and succeeded. Water crystal photography shows that water reacts to any information vibration by showing different designs. If the two forks are tuned to the same note, then they resonate together. This is how energy is transmitted into two vibrating objects of the same natural frequency, two forks that are slightly tuned to different frequencies. Despite they are 2 hertz differences, and they're not conducting or resonating with each other. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." In this video, we will talk about what is the power of vibration, its use in ancient civilizations and the modern world, and how it can impact human health, behavior, and the entire universe. The secrets of the universe are based on energy, frequency, and vibration. The somatic patterns we can form using the same vibrations must mimic a universal process and continuously unfold throughout the universe. The law of vibration states that anything that exists in our universe, whether seen or unseen, broken down into and analyzed in its purest and most basic form, consists of pure energy or light, which resonates and exists as a vibratory frequency or pattern. Science has found that energy vibrates in different frequencies when breaking down all matter. In addition to everything vibrating, all matter that seems solid, liquid, or gas is empty space. The electrons, protons, and neutrons in the atom are in constant motion. Although modern scientists are opening new research doors on energy, frequency, and vibration, ancient civilizations were well aware of it. Words carry energy, and the intention behind the words conveys the vibration. Not that using any old word is all fine, but the energy you put behind a word will carry the meaning more deeply. Every molecule or atom in this
You gotta think about those Street Fighter moves when they be like, Hadouken! They really be meaning that.
universe vibrates at a particular frequency. A molecule in free space can vibrate because the atoms which make up the molecule can move in different directions relative to the position of the whole molecule. Atoms and molecules have energy, even at 0 Kelvin. This energy causes them to vibrate, among other things. Interactions between various components of the molecules, like nuclear repulsion, nuclear attraction, and electron repulsion, determine their motion. Each component has a finite amount of energy associated with it. Once you know the resonance frequency, you can amplify its waves to such a higher level that it will break or destroy the object. The power of vibration can be analyzed through cymatics, with just a vibrating plate forming patterns relative to the plate's geometry and the frequency of the vibrations. By changing the vibrations, these patterns change from unregulated chaos into symmetry. The universe is formed by light in the form of photon variations, with the absorption and emission of photon energy. Even without adding sound vibrations, the vibrations are always present in the form of photon oscillations, with a future unfolding with each new photon-electron coupling. It's because the universe is never at absolute zero. In the 1920s, an American scientist named Dr. Royal Raymond Rife developed a Rife frequency generator machine. The Rife machine produced low energy waves. These waves are also called radio frequency electromagnetic fields. They have low energy compared to X-rays or radiotherapy, which have high power. Today, using low energy waves as a treatment is less common, but there is some research on it. Dr. Rife experimented by introducing the BX virus into rats, which caused the rats to develop tumors. He was able to eliminate the tumors by exposing them to their MOR via his ray beam device. In 1934, a USC team of physicians led by Dr. Johnson transferred 16 terminally ill patients from a San Diego hospital to the Scripps estate in La Jolla, California. Here, they were subjected to the frequencies recommended by Dr. Rife for 90 days. Within 70 days, the USC team declared 14 patients clinically cured. The other two took 20 days longer. Associate professor and director of music at Skidmore College, Anthony Holland, a composer interested in the physical effects of sound, decided to learn the impact of audio frequencies in microbiology. Holland and his team searched for the exact frequency that would directly shatter a living microorganism. The magic number finally came from two inputs: high frequency and low. The high frequency had to be exactly 11 times higher than the low, which in music is known as the 11th harmonic. At this 11th harmonic, microorganisms begin to shatter like crystal glass.
If I tap this fork, putting little pulses of energy into it, the second fork will also vibrate in sympathy. And if I silence this fork, we just may hear the other singing its tone. We say that I'm inducing a sympathetic resonant vibration in the second fork. It only works because both forks are tuned to the exact same frequency.
About 30 years ago, Japanese researcher Masaru Emoto discovered the world of Hado.
Wow, how fascinating is that? They're definitely on to something about this frequency. How come they're not talking about this? I feel like there need to be frequency healing centers everywhere, if you ask me. Kind of makes you think about those giant bells.
Oliver's Castle, Wiltshire, 1989.
There's a couple of lights down there somewhere.
This controversial film appears to show strange objects hovering above a cornfield. Below, complex circle formations appear.
This is a really good interpretation of how they have the copper wrapped around this one. This is a good one. Toroidal loop. Toroidal loop, if I'm saying that correctly. Toroidal loop. One of my favorite TikTokers. He on crop circles. You know we gotta watch this. Shout out to Bully Slayer, man. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen much of him lately.
Do you want to know the meaning of crop circles? Yeah? Well, that's good. That's real good. Alright, listen to this. So as you know, crop circles can be found all over the world. But did you know that they are not just random shapes? Every crop circle is created with sacred geometry and mathematics. And every design has a meaning. This one is created in the well-known shape of the Kabbalah. And this one is built perfectly in the ratio of pi. Two ancient symbols for human spirituality, the 7 chakras and the symbol for mind, body and spirit. These crop circles are of the magnetic field and more crop circles of magnetic energies. What you need to understand is the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Every pattern has a meaning. You just got to be able to decode it. They've even got ones that show melatonin, which is a brain hormone which supports sanity and relaxation. There's even crop circles that show the movement of the first and second sun. They've even got crop circles that show the lunar phase and the eclipse cycles. So like I said before, the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Do you want to know the meaning of crop circles?
The eyes are useless when the mind is blind.
What you're hearing right now, and this might change your life. This is a very talented singer with her voice projecting through water. And why this is so powerful is because sound travels through all dimensions. In the second dimension, on a plane. In the third dimension, through a medium like water or air. And in the fourth dimension, where light bends around something like a bubble and we can see it and experience it through time, where that energy can flow. As soon as we were able to see this, we started to analyze what these shapes were and how they related to reality. We discovered it contains energy in atoms, and it gives those atoms the structure that they need to pair themselves with other atoms, making molecules. This builds everything around us. Our ancient homies knew this, and they made art to reflect that, to teach through that art. In doing this, they literally built the entire consciousness of humanity, which is also vibration. But it appears that most people have got lost looking for the broadcast without realizing they are the broadcast.
No, people want to give credit to ourselves for a lot of things, but you know, you can't deny the beauty when you look around in this world. You know, this is a giant masterpiece. You see his handiwork in everything. So it's just, we got to give the creator some credit.
Warning! All scientists of Earth, do not attempt to understand the true nature of gravity and why an object falls to the ground without first resolving the hard problem of your own consciousness. Is consciousness created in your brain, by your brain, or is it eternal, like the infinite spirit? Physics of your consciousness is the physics of toroidal feedback loops, no less, feedback loops of self-reference. Yes, how do you think remote viewing, ESP, telepathy, out-of-body experiences, lucid dreaming, and taking memory through death works? Besides a state of pure being in the awareness of your internal and external existence, consciousness is more than that. Now, this is going to sound strange, but you are not your body. Yes, in order to understand the physics of consciousness, you must understand that you are not your body. You are plasma donut. Yes, you are a toroidal plasma donut, a living bubble of electric charge, living mind over matter, a fractal of eternal source consciousness. The centripetal plasma vortex that conveys your consciousness is not created in your brain, no, but it is sustained by your
When people say aura, this is what I imagine they say. You know, how hard are you vibrating? I believe aura comes from the Father, if you ask me. If only there was a way we can harness this into an infinite loop of power. They're saying this is a toroidal transformer. People are doing experiments, man. Don't attempt any of this at home. Do your own research. This is for entertainment / educational purposes only. All right, we dove into that crop circle, toroidal field. All right, were they trying to tell us about that? Now let's keep going down the list. They're trying to communicate with us, you know? What are they saying? Put in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button And go to notifications, turn notifications to all so you don't miss a post. I do this normally around 7 p.m. Eastern time daily. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm not done. All right, we dug off in this. Oh man, this is another fascinating one. 316, 3.14. That's pi. Yeah, there's pi right there. Your boy know a little bit of something, man. Are they literally? Oh, this is literally pi. Let's see if we can dive into this. All right, let's type it in.
A minute, that's a representation of pi, and it's correct down to 10 decimal places.
It's a representation of pi in a geometric sense. It's kind of interesting because the way you get pi out of it is the lengths of the different arcs in each segment. And what happens is there's these little notches in the spiral that let you know you're at the end of an arc. So you
Yeah, the fact that they measured that out, that would be difficult. Look at this. To map that out, I don't know. Did they set this up? You guys let me know. My personal take on it, no, man. They use some type of sound frequency like we saw in the beginning, to beam these out. It's all about sound.
actually have to measure the arc lengths as you go around, and their lengths give you the digits of pi. And there's a little circle to give you the decimal point. So it's a really interesting example of using geometry as a code for representing digits and numbers.
It just shows the level of knowledge, mathematical knowledge, geometric skill that goes into making these things.
All right, now watch how these crop circles get made now. In August 1996, John Whaley, a student, recorded a short video film while camping in South England at Oliver Castle. It shows the creation of a crop circle like a snowflake. Look, I'm gonna play it again. Just like how he was playing on those drums or that little metal device, look how it spread out like he was emitting some type of EMP frequency to make the cornfield do that, the wheat, the grass. Yeah, it got some music banging, but yeah. See how that spreads out? See if we can get it one more time. This is a real crop circle footage, y'all. For entertainment purposes only. Go to the beginning real quick. Yeah, look how it slowly spread out. They're using frequency. Let me guys know what you guys think below. Is it real or not? Were they using frequencies to do that? All right, we're back on the space bridge. Let's see what else they got for us.
Just look at the water here. Just look at the water here. So that's how you do. And last, just look at the water here.
Uh-oh, Tibetan secrets.
Watch me get my first sound shower.
There you go. So exciting. Just to give people like a taste of sound bath and just how
I didn't even know that this was possible. Yeah. Like, this is the biggest mobile I've ever seen.
There's some Roman chamomile oil, which is very calming. If I may, maybe I'll just put a couple drops here. Here. There you go. Rub that together. Just give a nice inhale to bring in some calm. Should we get the one for the head also, Lucas?
Yes, of course.
Right on your head and see if it's coming. Is that okay? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that in there.
So unlock your knees, relax, and enjoy the ride.
vibration goes from your feet up to your knees in the back, and then he's on the bed. That's wild.
And then it swirls around midsection.
That is intense. It's very, very powerful.
Because you can get very effective.
For sharing that with me. That was beautiful. I don't even want to step out. The thing is still vibrating.
Yeah, no.
Watch me get my first sound shower.
She didn't even want to step out. What is this type of shower called? Sound shower, y'all. I need one of those before I jump in the shower to get my vibration all lined up. I need to step into one of those to, get mine. She said she didn't even want to step out. I want to do that, man. I need to do that before I take a real shower every day. Just stand inside, hit the top, hit the hat, Who knows what type of healing that is? Y'all heard about the dolphin births? Oh, y'all ain't hear about the dolphins? Man, y'all need to go check out my whale video and dolphin video, but here, we'll play something.
The truth about dolphin-assisted births that they don't want you to know. This is Igor Charkowski, and he's assisted in thousands of dolphin-assisted births. Apparently, the dolphins would just take over the birthing process. They would swim around the mother and use sonar, which would somehow relax the mother and child to give birth with no pain or fear. There's actually a video online of a dolphin-assisted birth, and you could see how much more quick and painless it looks. It gets crazier than even this, though. There are thousands of testimonials of babies being born under dolphin-assisted births and being far more advanced than the average child. For example, they could talk and walk earlier than the average child. And apparently, most of them have IQs over 150, plus extremely stable emotional bodies and strong physical bodies. It is hypothesized that during the birthing process, the dolphins heal and boost the systematic function of these babies by telepathically communicating with them. Dolphins really are magical creatures and are extremely intelligent. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Who knew, man? I'm telling you, the dolphin-assisted births is something interesting for entertainment purposes only. Don't come for me. Yeah.
This is sound is trippy. This is what piano note vibrations look like in water. The patterns are so gorgeous. Sound is trippy. This is what piano note vibrations look like in
Look at these guys. These look like snowflakes, don't they? But like the most intense snowflakes I've seen. This kind of looks like the inside of CERN, low key. Doesn't it?
Yes.
If you have an Android, you
Purr has healing properties. So this is a fact. Cats' purrs sit between 25 and 150 hertz, and that frequency has been shown in studies to help with bone repair and increasing bone density, and it has been shown to help relieve pain in certain situations. For cats, when they purr, it releases endorphins, and that's our own kind of innate or natural pain reliever. So people that are close to purring cats can also obtain a similar effect. So for example, a lot of people with migraines will report that when they lay next to a cat that's purring, it actually gives them relief. That's beautiful. Magical little healers. A cat's purr has healing properties.
I want a cat now. Those cats be purring,
Cats create purr vibrations within a range of 20 to 140 hertz, known to be medically therapeutic for many illnesses. Frequencies at 25 to 50 hertz are the best, and 100 hertz and 200 hertz the second best frequencies for promoting bone strength. The vibrations are also helpful for healing soft tissue. Purr vibrations help in healing, infection, and swelling. By interacting with the cat and hearing the purring sound, it can lower your blood pressure. Also, studies show that cat owners have 40% less heart attacks.
Here's a cat fun fact you might not know. When your cat lays on your chest and purrs, this is your cat trying to heal you. The vibration from our cat's purr has been proven to be medically therapeutic, and studies show the vibration helps heal our muscles and tendons. Here's a cat fun fact.
I've had a terrible headache all day. And Calvin, let me see if I could pull the phone back so you can see. Just is he's purring and just pressing my face.
Yes, the vibrations of a cat's purr, the cycle of those vibrations have been shown to actually facilitate healing. The healing of bones and ligaments in themselves. Cats are incredibly resilient. If they're injured, they might pull themselves down and purr, which actually helps them heal. And that's what's going on here. And if Calvin, bless his soul, if he doesn't actually do that all the time, and here he is lying on her head, he is actually going to help. I think that was really wise of our headache sufferer to go, I wonder. Yes, you're right. I'll say it quietly because you have a headache. Yes. You're right. Go back to sleep.
The cat knows. He's like, oh, my owner don't feel good. Let me go heal her real quick.
So humming increases that nitric oxide 15-fold. And there was one study that showed this guy completely got rid of his rhinitis just by humming for about 10 minutes 4 times a day. The humming also helps to calm the body down because we have the vagal nerve, right? Vagus nerve, vagal tone is right along here. So when you hum, you're sending signals to the vagus nerve and you're calming your body down. Humming is stimulating more nitric oxide and allowing it to break free from all of those tissues.
So you hum in your nose like,
So humming increases that nitric oxide.
If you're humming right now, you owe me a like. What type of trend is this? What y'all working on? This is why does this audio of a girl literally humming along to her kitchen fan somehow brings surface to every emotion I've ever pushed? Because humming is healing.
What are aliens trying to tell us about melatonin? I know that sounds crazy, but bear with me here. So out of the thousands of crop circles around the world, there are only 2 that illustrate chemical compounds, right? There's one that perfectly illustrates niacin. We'll get into that in a different video. In this video, we want to talk about the other one, which there's a crop circle that perfectly, I mean, to a T, we brought in chemists, they looked at this thing and they said, yep, that is melatonin. Why? Why would some advanced intelligence be trying to tell us about melatonin? Isn't that just the thing you take to go to sleep? Kind of. So melatonin does help you go to sleep. It's been clinically proven to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer. But it does so much more than that. Besides the millions of anecdotal stories of people saying that it helps them open their third eye, it is secreted by our pineal gland after all, that it helps people connect spiritually, that there is evidence, this guy that locked himself in a room for 7 days, and he produced so much DMT, he was tripping off DMT. DMT is the spirit molecule that has been shown to have people transport out of this dimension to somewhere else. So it's a very, very powerful thing that is created endogenously inside of us. So there is evidence that a lot of melatonin can produce DMT, which is pretty amazing. But also that it's this powerful, next to glutathione, is probably the most powerful antioxidant. Some science shows that it is more powerful than glutathione. It is the most powerful antioxidant in the human body, which means that it can heal you. And to back this up, there is quite a bit of evidence that shows that cancer grows much more rapidly during the day than at night. At night, it seems to go sort of dormant. During the day, it seems to spread. This could be due, evidence suggests, more studies need to be done, but evidence suggests that this is because of the the higher concentrations of melatonin at night than during the day. So we know that melatonin is a master healer. It heals our body. We know that melatonin can help us have deeper sleep, which leads to more vivid and lucid dreams. It helps us connect more spiritually. It does all these things. And just so happens there is a freaking crop circle that perfectly, I mean, scientists came in and backed this up. They cannot refute it. It is a crop circle illustrating and showing melatonin, the chemical structure of melatonin.
Are there people with ancient technology? I don't want to say advanced technology. I want to say ancient technology that's out there. And is this possible? It's been a minute since we dove into these waters, so let's dive in. All right. This one says June 17th, 2014. The Panbury Rings. And this is the world tree. Damn. Look at how big the tree is under it. What if this is like the earth and this is like the tree under it? And then this massive tree comes out. That is fascinating. I said Yggdrasil? What was that? It says 8 years later in 2018, an Italian inventor, Umberto Bado, began to use crop circles as blueprints to help design new magnetic motors. What? When have we... This is the future, isn't it? Magnetic motors? Or did they... This is something they've been using. Is this actually generating now? Magnetic motor. Let's type it in. Guys, it doesn't have any sound to this video. There's no sound to it. But this looks like to be a magnetic motor he built. That thing is pumping. Who is this guy and where is he at now? I think I remember this. They got the blueprints for this, guys. It's a U.S. patent for a magnetic powered motor. For entertainment purposes only. Don't come for me. Oh my goodness. Where is this guy at now? Guys, if you want magnetic powered motor, here's the recipe. Who knows what you can generate off that? You can make your own something to burrow into the earth. You can, you know, who knows the possibilities. Ah, this one looks a little bit more legit. Yeah, I believe this is actually called quantum locking. I don't know if variable field magnet motor is the same thing, but this is quantum locking, I believe. This supports the sun and moon going above us without gravity as well. Quantum locking. Wow. You would think that cars would have some type of magnet inside of the tires that would charge up energy and charge the engine. How tight would that be? While you're driving, you're inputting gas. The back rear tire generates energy from the gasoline is lifting. So it will be like a hybrid, like half gasoline, half electric, but it will go so much further because the electricity is getting generated from the wheel turning, like it's generating, like while it's going. How come they haven't done that? I believe another problem that they run into is the magnets being ionized. Does that sound correct? Because the magnets lose their power the more you use it. So there's a problem with perpetual, with the magnets staying charged up, still having their strength. I wonder if Mercury's magnetic.
A groundbreaking invention, an eternal machine, continuously operating solely on the power of magnets, without the need for any external energy sources. This is truly a technical marvel, exploring and leveraging the fundamental principles of magnetism to generate perpetual motion. This machine is essentially a magnetic motor, ingeniously designed to harness the repulsion between magnets, thereby creating endless rotation. The potential applications of this magnetic motor are limitless. From powering small devices to generating renewable energy on a large scale, it represents a significant step forward in our energy revolution. Its simplicity and effectiveness serve as clear evidence of the power of innovation and the ability to harness natural forces. Watch the entire video to learn how to create a motor like this yourself. Don't hesitate to ask questions if you have any doubts. Wow! Surprise with magnets can create a perpetual engine. Imagine a world where perpetual motion is not just a dream, but a reality. Introducing a perpetual motion engine, harnessing the thrust from magnets to spin endlessly. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce my latest invention, an engine using magnetic thrust, surpassing traditional limitations. In a previous video, I hinted at this breakthrough idea. Now I'm excited to unveil its inner workings. By harnessing the incredible power of magnets, we've created an engine that doesn't rely on any other fuel or external energy source.
He's building the Tony Stark reactor, isn't he?
This represents a significant innovation in sustainable technology.
guys, we might really have to figure this out. You know, I feel like we on the verge to figuring out free energy with these magnets, man. They just missing mercury, you know. Them arc rectifiers. Man, I forgot about them arc rectifiers. I think they're adding the wires here. You need to add all these together. Put all these we looked at together, line them up, have a copper wire running through it, and have it charge something up.
So this is how we make power with permanent magnets. This is actually the Motorflux motor right here. So this is how we make power with permanent magnets. This is our proof of concept. So I can go through it. I'm going to show you what each part of this is. So this is a control motor that is used to control the direction of the radial director. So it takes a very small amount of power to turn the radial director. The radial director needs to be activated mechanically or by an electric motor outside. This would actually, in an electric vehicle, this would be hooked to your accelerator. And it's coupled to a torque sensor here, which tells us how much torque we are putting into the motor. And this is actually the field director, which is being driven by that motor. These two shafts are in line and on a single axis, but the input shaft and the output shaft are not mechanically connected together. They are only connected together with magnetism. This is actually the Motorflux motor right here. So this is how we make power with permanent magnets.
All right, guys, let's go back to this crop circle. So we could see that they're using magnets to generate energy. This looks like a really good idea how they can do it. They almost remind me of like stars or planets in a way, into a vortex. Very cool. Let's keep going. Look at this next one. They're saying this is the Andy motor. So they're literally trying to give us on these crop circles. Man, these crop circles taking us through this Deep Waters 9 journey, man. I love it, man. If you enjoy this Dark Waters 9 journey, let me know in the comments below. I'm not done. We're bringing it home. These kind of remind me of those Indian ancient structures. Could they possibly been generating with those old school Indian structures? What's his name? Parev Mohan. That's my boy. Shout out to him. He be on it.
And it has some strange properties. When dropped in water, it does not sink like normal rocks. It floats. There are some rocks which naturally float in water, like pumice. But this rock you see here is not a natural formation. In fact, this is not a rock. It is a brick made by heating a mixture of mud and other materials to 1,000 degrees Celsius and was made into a lightweight block. During my recent exploration, I met two guys, Dinesh, who is an architect, and Arvind, who researches ancient sites. They explained that we use the same technology today. These blocks are called ACC or AAC blocks. AAC stands for autoclaved aerated concrete and is made by injecting foam into concrete, which makes the block lightweight. These blocks, when dropped in water, also float just like the ancient brick we saw. If we look at the Wikipedia page, it shows that AAC was invented in mid-1920s, just about 100 years ago. However, we can see that this technology was in use at least 800 years ago in India. Now, we don't know what the ancient builders used to make the bricks float, and I could not...
Did Lord Shiva imagine a giant rock? Here, you can see half of the stapler pen still intact. This is an 800-year-old artifact, guys, and it's still in place. This is the key to keeping the stone blocks immovable. You can see every stone block is stapled on this side and on the other side. It's a very strong fastening technology. Look here, we're so lucky we're able to see a cross-section of this stapler technology, there will be plenty of these pins on the inside as well. So it's impossible.
See, look at this. This looks like some type of gear, you know? This could be our ancestors trying to communicate with us with these crop circles, guys.
To remove those unless you start dismantling this temple from the top. Here, you can see
this is about to unlock some stuff for you. This is a rock cutting laser, and it works by using something called a laser resonator. Even the normal laser pointers use one of these at the beginning of the little chamber over there. Resonators are the reason why lasers are so powerful. Resonators vibrate at a specific frequency when electricity is pushed through it. Once it hits the right frequency, it doubles the wave. Once the amplitude is too high, that extra energy gets double jumped out of the resonator. Now we can direct that energy. If you are Catholic, you will recognize this shape. It is very common in cathedrals. But what I want to focus on is the Hindu application of this because it was used long before the cathedral builders. Look at the shapes, look at the detail. So the Indus Valley culture utilized these stepwells, and on these stepwells they had these temples that had these cupola looking things. On the inside they look like this, which looks a lot like the inside of a cathedral cupola. But if they're not open at the top, they look like this. Crazy detail here. But why? What does it mean? Could they maybe have been used to focus a certain type of energy? Is that why they're so detailed? Maybe they were way smarter than we give them credit for. This is
This is fascinating. This definitely looks like an ancient machine. For all we know, this thing could have been made out of metal in its first state. And over thousands of thousand years, this could be 3,000, 4,000 years old. For all we know, 5,000, 6,000 years old. And it just rusted out. You know, who knows? But hey, that's for another episode. We're going to dive into the Hindu technology. If you made it this far, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all real. If you made it this far, I just want to let you know I love you, man. And I appreciate you for watching these all the way through. You know, no matter what, I can depend on you guys. And I love you guys. I'm extremely thankful for you guys. And you guys make me really strive to bring you guys the best content I can possibly do on these creepy and scary, change your whole reality, rethink your reality, disturbing TikToks, all that. You know, I just want to say thank you. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Keep your head on a straight, swivel on these dark waters.